love Soul Eater. It is a great manga and a fine anime. Okay, it's a great anime. Until the studio threw all caution to the wind and went fully anime original with the last 14 episodes, which was the style at the time for ongoing shonen manga adaptations. And for years now, me and many other people have been wishing to see a remake of the anime. The 2008 version, while oozing with style and having a great soundtrack, sadly diverged into anime original territory around episode 37, giving it a questionable ending to say the least. But after rewatching Soul Eater recently, I have been wondering, do we really want a remake? Don't get me wrong, I'd love to see the rest of the manga animated, as some of the best stuff is still to come. But seeing how things get handled nowadays, and getting especially burned by the 2021 Shaman King reboot, I have not much faith how a production committee would handle it nowadays. If we would get a remake, how would it go? Would the story get its time to shine, or would it be a rushed mess? The original anime adaptation went on a pace close to 1 chapter per episode, a luxury not many shows get anymore these days. It left plenty of time for the atmosphere to build with lingering shots building up the horror and tension, and some fight scenes, like the Jack the Ripper one from episode 1, got extended greatly and improved upon. Hell, even the comedic moments get plenty of time, even if some of the jokes kinda fall flat on their face because of how drawn out they were. And there was enough time left in between the action set pieces, giving us glimpses of the characters' daily life, fleshing out the world they live in. It's pretty much a perfect pacing, a miracle some adaptations could only wish for, until that final stretch. As for those that don't know, after the Battle for the Brew story arc, the plot diverges, slightly at first, but in the span of a few episodes it morphs into something completely unrecognizable. It really does the source material a disservice, and so many characters get done dirty with filler-like character assassination. Or they just get completely shafted in order to reach a quick original ending. Which brings us to the prospect of a remake. Yes, it would be great to see a Brotherhood-like treatment for Soul Eater, as the anime adapted roughly 30% of the entire story. However, therein also lies the problem. A lot of remakes these days do not like to take their time to readapt the old material that already was adapted before. Just look at the aforementioned Shaman King remake, a disaster in every aspect. It was something I and many others wished for the better part of 2 decades, and when we finally got one, it was a rushed mess with subpar animation. It completely decimated the entire pacing, squishing the content of 24 episodes from the original into barely 11 for the remake. Story beats had no time to be fleshed out, rushing from one fight to another, completely skipping over most of the daily life aspects that made the manga and the original anime feel like a real world. In the original you got to know these characters, you got to see their daily life, and so the fights felt that more impactful because there were actual stakes to lose. In the end, I never even ended up finishing the anime, it was a disgrace, and I went back to read the manga, and I'd much rather rewatch the original anime from 2001 instead, despite the anime original ending. And these reasons are why I fear any remake of the Soul Eater anime, as much as I would love one. I am not sure if I can trust any studio remaking this, or rather the production committee behind it, as there probably will be an incentive to get people up to speed as fast as possible, to get the adaptation done as fast as possible in order to cash in on the hype of the old classic, so they can rake in the merchandising money. They ain't going to give any studio plenty of time and money to get out an amazing result, profits need to return immediately. Well, maybe that's just me being too much of a cynic, maybe it wouldn't be that bad. Maybe whichever studio gets the order does do a good job after all. But I don't see anyone matching the pacing of Studio Bones' original work. As I said, it was about 1 chapter per episode. And with the manga clocking in with a total of 117 chapters, can we really expect a new anime with around 100 episodes or 4 seasons being made? In these days, I'm very doubtful. But maybe on the other hand, we should consider the idea of them just starting the adaptation from somewhere into the story. For example, after the attack on DMWA and the release of the Kishin, cutting a good 20 episodes in the process. It would give them more leeway for the new stuff and things they skipped in the original anime, and we could get into the action quicker with a recap episode, despite how impractical and disappointing that might be. Maybe that would be a possible solution. Who knows, I'm just speculating here. If we ever end up getting a new Soul Eater anime remains to be seen. In the case it does happen, I would be cautiously optimistic. People have been speculating that we might get news next year on Fire Force, which is from the same author, is done with his anime. If it doesn't happen, well, it would be sad to never see a complete Soul Eater anime, but so be it. Time will tell. What do you say? Do you want a full-on reboot? Or are you also afraid that whoever will be in charge will mess it up? Or would you rather just have no one even attempt to make a new Soul Eater anime and just let the manga be? Let me know what you think in the comments. I'm my name is Sora, and I'll see you around. Thanks for watching.